Welcome to Rebel Base, IGN's weekly Star Wars show. Punch it, Chewie!
This is exciting. Star Wars 1313 lives again. So you made this run in order.
Sort of.
And that, yes, sort of. That made me really, really excited because Star Wars 1313, when I first saw bits of it, I was so excited for it, like Uncharted in space with Star Wars characters.
Yeah, so to clarify what we're actually talking about, Nolan North, he's been saying a lot of things. He actually confirmed Last of Us 2.
Yeah, he's going mad, isn't he?
He just lost it. He doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
He's too big. Speaking of MetroCon.
What is MetroCon?
I have no idea what MetroCon is.
There's too many conventions.
He was speaking, he said, if you're a big fan of Amy Hennig, who was the kind of creative force on a lot of the Uncharted games. So he works really closely with her. If you're a big fan of Amy Hennig and her style of story, she's gone to EA and he's going to reboot a brand new Star Wars franchise in the style of Uncharted.
Nice.
I happen to know a lot about it and it's going to be awesome.
Oh my God.
And he was then asked, oh, is it a bit like Star Wars 1313, which look quite Uncharted?
Exactly like Uncharted, yeah.
And he said, it's different, but along the same lines.
Right, okay.
So
I'm pretty excited about this, and I think so I was trying to remember around when they started announcing Uncharted 4. So Hennig was still on board, right?
Yeah.
And there was an actor called Todd Stashwick who they were tweeting a lot of pictures like the mocap and stuff like that. She left, and then he's also gone off the project as well. So I wonder if Stashwick. Like, if you look at his face, it's one of those faces you just sort of recognize from stuff. I wonder if Stashwick's gone with her to work on the Star Wars thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he has.
Yeah, unfortunately, she used an actor and put him, his face into the role.
Sam Witwer, was it?
Yeah, who's also in The Mist and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. So, Star Wars 1313, when it was in development, strikingly had a resemblance to Uncharted and its set pieces and crashing kind of cars.
Yeah.
And important to stress that that was never really probably a fully developed game at all.
No, definitely.
It was just
not,
a section that was shown off and impressed everyone to get people interested. Just as several years ago we saw a slice of Watch Dogs. It's interesting that game was in development. Then they get the person who was instrumental in Uncharted, the very thing that something like Star Wars 1313 was kind of aping, homaging, trying to emulate.
Yeah.
And you've literally got that person who can do it in a more authentic way.
Yeah, no, I guess so. I wonder if he's in it as well. But also, why is he talking about it? I hope it doesn't jeopardize anything because he talked about it, because the Star Wars people, I would assume, get quite funny.
Yeah, and so, because he's a maverick.
Yeah.
Doesn't play by
just
the
goes
rules
mad,
that you and I adhere to.
Well, we did a bunch of stuff with him recently when he came in the studio, but then we went to a quiz which he hosted, and he's not afraid to get on the mic when he's had a few beers.
He likes it. I wonder if it's just he's just because he could see people's faces and they're really into it. He's like, I'm just going to tell you more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Last of Us 2, that's coming.
What else do you like? Everyone likes Star Wars. Like Star Wars. Yeah, we've got a Star Wars game coming as well. It's going to be like Uncharted, but in space.
So, I wonder how Uncharted it's going to be. Obviously, if you hire Amy Hennig, she has that track record. You hire her because you want her to make that type of game and bring that sensibility to it. But is it enough just to do that shtick in space in the Star Wars universe? Probably is enough to do that.
Definitely. Well, if you think of, Tomb Raider kind of ate that style as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely stole
that's
it.
That's why Microsoft picked up Tomb Raider. Because they literally looked at their portfolio when we don't have that Uncharted style game.
No.
Everyone wants that kind of breathtaking blockbuster.
Yeah.
The closest the video games get to a good Michael Bay movie.
Yeah.
And that's why they signed up Tomb Raider for an exclusivity deal.
I'm on board. I think, I love Uncharted. They are my favourite games. I think the crazy set pieces, if you think back the Chateau level in Uncharted or the train, those things stick in your mind because they're written really, really well. They're part of a really cool storyline, but they're also just mad to play as well.
This is going to be too on the nose that I don't think it would be the case.
Yeah.
But imagine if it was Han Solo.
That'd be awesome.
But that would be basically Uncharted in a weird kind of circle of influence.
Yeah.
Because
Nathan Drake is Han Solo. Yeah.
Indiana Jones, Han Solo leads to Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Nathan Drake then leads to the ultimate Han Solo game.
Well, we're pretty excited about that. What do you think? Let us know. rebelbase@ign.com. Okay,
Gav, I don't want to alarm you, but Star Wars is actually happening.
What?
Star Wars is coming to pass, which is a bit, it's weird.
Okay.
Early in the week, I was looking around on Kickstarter and I saw a guy who's kickstarting, actually finished, and he's funded a hoverbike research project.
Excellent.
And I did some more exploring on the internet, and I found there's actually a company called Aerofx that are making hoverbikes that actually work.
So like speeders?
Yeah, and they're coming out in 2017, and they cost $85,000.
Sign me up.
And they know what they're doing, because they filmed a video of a guy riding one.
Yeah, essentially on Tatooine.
On Tatooine. Do you want to do it just like in Detroit? No, let's do it in the desert. So it looks exactly like that. So I'm going to read their mission statement, or some of it, from their website. I always enjoy mission statements, because literally somebody's gone, oh, God, I have to write 500 words about this. Let's reach for the stars. Our mission is to democratize flight. Airplanes and helicopters are expensive and complicated, putting them out the reach of most people. By reducing costs and simplifying training, Aerofx will make flight an affordable reality for businesses needing the utility of low-altitude flights.
What businesses need low-altitude flights?
And for individuals eager to experience this the moment we're going to grasp the stars, the liberating thrill of breaking their bonds with the ground.
Jesus Christ. My favourite bit on the website is uses: unmanned crop dusting, infrastructure mapping, search and rescue, and of course, air racing.
I also like the guy goes, what would air racing be like? An exciting twist is how these vehicles might react when flying in close formation, particularly against a front runner aggressively defending his position. Basically, they're saying, it'd be really good if they crashed.
Yeah.
It'd be really good if they crashed.
I really like these. Next up as well, probe droids. These are a reality now, apparently, Daniel, are they? The VBAT, a long endurance droid capable of flying for 10 hours. Who are they made by? DARPA.
To be honest, a lot of stuff on this feature is going to be made by DARPA.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. It's supposed to fly to hard-to-reach locations and deliver a payload.
What could that possibly mean?
Death to all.
Death from above. A lot of these are about death from above.
Yeah. What else we got?
This is a good one, though. This is, again, made by DARPA.
Yeah.
It's basically a prosthetic limb, which obviously been around for a while, but a prosthetic limb kind of approaching the level of what Luke gets in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So it's not just a kind of prosthesis, it actually gives nervous feedback. And DARPA's developed something called ReNet, Reliable Neural Interface Technology. So it gives a prosthesis which interfaces with both nerves and muscles.
Sounds mad.
So obviously they've been developing this to treat
Skynet
soldiers.
is what it sounds like, mate.
It's going to be like that in a glass case in 10 years' time.
I'm not having this. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, so it's kind of this new, instead of using the patient's residual nerves to just control the prosthesis, the researchers used the link to provide a rudimentary sense of touch. This way the patient has some awareness of the limb and what it is doing.
I don't like this one. It scares me.
Okay, it makes you sound a little bit mean-spirited.
Why?
You don't want people who've lost a limb to be able to feel again.
Why? Well, no. Why do you need? If you've lost a limb, why do you need to be able to feel stuff on it? Surely,
because if you lose pain.
Yeah, but surely if you lose a limb, that's like cool. Now this arm is invincible because I made.
You don't want to feel anything
because it's made of gold.
Yeah, that's why you just be punching through walls.
Exactly. That's what I want.
Okay, do your next one.
Okay, force fields. In 2015, Boeing patented force field technology. That's amazing. The aircraft and defense company filed for a method and system for shockwave attenuation via electromagnetic arc, which could provide a real-life layer protection from indirect hits. It won't protect from direct hits, though.
Yeah, so they were saying in the field, a lot of damage comes through shockwaves and shrapnel. So what happens if they... like the vehicle or the plane or wherever it is senses a blast, the shockwaves coming in, it recognises that. And what it does is it emits a laser pulse which ionises the air, providing a laser-induced plasma field of protection from the shockwaves.
Holy bananas.
Basically nullifying the blast.
That's awesome. I want that.
Get on the phone to Boeing. Okay, so the last one.
You like this one, don't you? There's so much about this.
I like this one for many reasons.
Yeah.
So laser cannons. Unsurprisingly, the US military have been developing laser cannons.
Of course they have.
And it's quite cool. So they've currently fitted, it's known as the Laser Weapon System, abbreviated LAWS. And it's now fitted on one warship, which we'll get onto in a minute.
Is it?
And so it's an infrared beam from a solid state laser array, and it can be scaled. So for instance, if the ship is being flanked by kind of pirate boats, something like that.
Like you said, like it can be scaled. As if I was about to ask a question. Can it be scaled?
Gav, good question. It can be scaled. So you can start from low power to dazzle small boats, and you can increase it to 30,000 watts to fry sensors or to burn out motors or to detonate explosive materials. It's made by Kratos.
What?
It's made by Kratos Defense and Security Solutions.
I'd want to work for them.
Yeah, well, at least he's put that rage and focused it into a small business plan.
Come on, what was the name of the warship?
It was fitted in 2014 to the USS Ponce.
It's getting out of hand.
Yep, so those are 5 Star Wars things that are now a reality.
Is that good?
Well, yeah. If you want to be on a hover bike...
Okay, the hover bike one, I'll have to say, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm less down with the war ones.
Yeah.
Although force field, that could be used in positive ways.
But I mean, the hover bike one seems like the one that we could probably get. Like...
It's £85,000.
Yeah, but
what are you on?
If everyone clubbed together, if everyone watched this show, like, sent us, I don't know, $5.
We're about £2.70.
Are you a rich investor that wants to buy us a hover bike? Let us know, rebelbase@ign.com.